The moment your paycheck lands, you feel it, a sudden, almost physical loosening in your chest. For about 60 seconds, maybe 90, you're genuinely wealthy. Then something switches off. The number in your account hasn't changed, but the feeling is already gone. Neuroscientists have a name for what just happened to you, and once you understand it, you can never unsee it. It starts with dopamine. When money hits your account, your brain releases a small flood of it, the same chemical behind the first bite of food when you're starving, the same one behind a gambler pulling the lever. Dopamine doesn't reward having things. It rewards the anticipation of getting them. The moment arrival is confirmed, the flood stops. That is why the feeling dies before you even close the notification. But dopamine alone doesn't explain the violence of the drop. The real force behind it is something called hedonic adaptation, one of the most ruthless mechanisms in the entire human nervous system. Your brain is not designed to let you enjoy a new baseline. It is designed to notice change, measure it briefly, and then immediately reclassify it as ordinary. The raise you waited 3 years for becomes your new floor within days. Here is where it gets interesting. Researchers have found that this adaptation is not symmetric. We adapt upward, to good things, to more money, to nicer apartments, far faster than we adapt downward. A pay cut feels catastrophic for weeks. A pay raise stops feeling like anything in about 4 days. Your brain is wired to protect you from danger by clinging to loss. It treats comfort as disposable. There is also a social component that fires at almost the same instant the dopamine drops. The moment you see your new balance, a second calculation runs. Completely automatically, completely without your permission. It compares your number to every number you half remember. Your rent, your debt, what your coworker mentioned she earns, the car you passed this morning. The feeling of richness doesn't just fade. It gets measured against context and found inadequate. Psychologists call this social comparison theory, and the unsettling part is that the reference point isn't fixed. It moves. Before the paycheck, you compared yourself to where you were last month. After it, within seconds, the reference point quietly upgrades. You are no longer competing with your past self. You are competing with a slightly richer version of yourself that the money just made imaginable. The target moves the moment you approach it. This is why lottery winners report feeling normal. Not happy, not miserable, just normal, within roughly 1 year. It is why people who receive large inheritances often describe a strange flatness rather than joy. The brain doesn't accumulate happiness the way a bank account accumulates interest. It resets, over and over and over. The scientific term is the hedonic treadmill. You are always walking, you are never arriving. But there is one moment where the treadmill briefly stops. That 60-second window when the money first arrives. Before social comparison kicks in, before the new baseline is set, before the mental spreadsheet updates. In that gap, your brain has registered a gain, but hasn't yet measured it against anything. You are, for a breath, outside the system. Neuroscientists sometimes call this the reward prediction window. It is the only moment of clean financial joy most people ever feel. What collapses the window is not greed, and it is not ingratitude. It is the prefrontal cortex doing its job. This part of your brain evolved to plan, to project, to calculate future threats. The second your emotional brain registers the gain, your planning brain starts spending it, allocating it, worrying about it. The thought sequence is almost always the same. Rent, car payment, that thing I've been putting off, and then, it's gone. Not the money, the feeling. What makes this particularly difficult to escape is that most financial advice completely ignores it. Budgeting apps, savings plans, investment strategies. They treat money as a math problem. But you are not having a math problem. You are having a neurological one. The reason you keep feeling like you need more isn't a character flaw or a lack of discipline. It is a brain that was built for scarcity, operating inside an era of relative abundance, misfiring constantly. There is a small body of research that suggests you can extend that window, deliberately. Not for hours, not permanently, but measurably. The method isn't what you'd expect. It has nothing to do with gratitude journals or mindfulness retreats. It has to do with interrupting the prefrontal takeover before it begins. Specifically, physically stepping away from every screen, every bill, every number, for about 3 minutes after money arrives. You are essentially giving the reward signal time to complete before the planning signal hijacks it. A second technique comes from research on what's called savoring, the deliberate slowing of positive experience. Most people, upon receiving money, immediately begin the mental act of dispersing it. What if instead, for those 3 minutes, you treated the full amount as purely symbolic? Not money to be spent or saved, just evidence. Evidence that the work happened, that the month closed, that the number moved. The brain responds differently to symbols than to resources. It is slower to adapt. The deeper issue is that most of us have been trained, by advertising, by social media, by the basic architecture of modern life, to consume the feeling of money the instant it arrives, to spend it emotionally before we spend it financially. Every notification, every balance check, every comparison is another drain on the only moment of genuine financial joy the brain is capable of producing. We are not bad with money. We are bad at feeling it. That 1-minute window is not a flaw in the system. It is a signal, the clearest signal your nervous system knows how to send, that something real happened, that effort was exchanged for value, that the loop closed. The tragedy is not that the feeling ends. Every feeling ends. The tragedy is that most people never notice it was there at all. They are already on to the next calculation before the first one has finished speaking. The richness was real. It just needed a second longer to breathe.